Hey guys, it's Moo. I just wanted to make a quick video about which monsters in the game I think are important for whether it's early game, middle game, or late game. Since I left the last video in terms of the last live walkthrough video talking about, in end game, after the live walkthrough series, you're just, going to be collecting mythical monsters in order to actually complete the rest of the game. So I thought I would make this video so that you know which ones that you're actually going for. So starting with the pirate cats, of course, the three buffing cats, which are these three here, are the only cats that are important. You get, your initial Captain O'Hare anyways, right when you start the challenge. So, you get him anyways, but these are the three cats that you want. You want them to be max stars, so 3 gold stars and level 400 to maximize their buffing capabilities. In terms of mythical monsters, these are the three new mythical monsters, but the only one that's really, really good, I think. Well, anyways, they're all not terrible, but this cat here is actually the best lightning monster in the game right now. So I would basically get this so that you can beat the ice map a lot faster. Like this monster can solo that map, that challenge. So that way you can easily get ice gems and then evolve your Archimedes. That's the main purpose of this monster here. And you can use it just as a carry in your classic maps too, of course. Then, in terms of what I have, anyways, right? So, useless, useless. Helena. So Hela is okay in terms of power, but I won't really use it for anything. Useless. Loki, you will be using for Medium Matter, so it's the best monster for that. So you're going to be using this for both Medium Matter normal as well as hard. Thor, not really useful. Moby, if you want to defeat all the cat challenge maps, but I'm not interested in doing that anyway, so it's not that important to me. Siren, I tried to use it for me to matter hard to beat it, but I was unable to use it. It actually got nerfed, or maybe it's bugged. I'm not sure, but its abilities don't work very well. So right now they're not great. And then you have Bile, which is the best monster for cosmic attacks. So it is useful mainly for cosmic tower. So I recommend getting it. The other monsters in its weak are not useful. So I didn't even bother trying to get them there. And then you have these monsters. So King in Yellow is the one that is really important in that class because basically it makes all monsters turn into cosmic abilities. So then you can attack, some challenge maps that you normally could not. So this is important to face basically what some of the challenge maps. You can take a look at which ones I use King of Raw for in my other videos. It's also useful if you don't have Bile. You can use King of Yellow in a combination with other monsters like Amaterasu to beat Cosmic Tower as well. Not completely, of course, because right now no setups beats actually level 99, but you can get to level 99 if you use King in Yellow as well as some other strong mythicals, even if you don't have Bile. And then you have Hanzo, which I use only for Evil Summoner because it's a good global attacker. So that clears a map really quickly, and it doesn't do any stuns or freezes, so you don't have to worry about it slowing down your Evil Summoner run. So you can see what I mean in terms of that in my Evil Summoners video. Jiraiya is the best ice attacker in terms of global damage, speed, farming, any of the classical maps. So use Jiraiya for that. But the thing with this is that it actually slows with its attack, with its special attack. So I would not use it for Evil Summoner like a lot of other people do, because it actually would slow down your third wave if it actually does not get taken away by Evil Summoner during wave 1 or 2. Then you have Susanoo, which is useful to regenerate your stones in your barrier. So I use this for, you can use it for Cosmic Tower, and you can also use it for Meat and Matter, where they actually break a bunch of your stones. And then you have Amaterasu, which is your best fire global damage carrier. So I use that a lot as well. So definitely get that. Basically, a better version of Felina. Um, yeah, these guys are all useless, so don't get Hades or Zeus or Poseidon or any of these guys. Completely useless. Then you have the Egyptian mythicals, which are definitely the most useful. So you have Anubis, which basically lets the rest of your monsters do 5 times the amount of damage, which is crazy useful. Then you have Ra, which doesn't allow your other monsters to get frozen, which is amazing because that is one of the main reasons why you lose maps randomly is by getting your main carry frozen, right? So Ra is really useful for that reason. And then Horus is the better version of Speedy because it actually attacks and does damage. So this is also a very important monster, especially you can also combine Horus and Speedy together in your setup of 9 monsters. So very, very good. Um, the only mythical monsters that I don't have that I think are useful really is going to be Dodgy, which is this one over here. So she's supposed to be the last monster I need out of the ones that I don't have that I need to beat Meet Matter hard currently. Things change over the years in terms of which monsters you need. Like in the past, you could just use Siren and you could beat it, but now I think I need Dodgy in order to actually beat Meet Matter, given the charms that I have currently and the level monsters I have right now. Okay, so that's my overview of mythical monsters. In terms of the special monsters, Archimedes is the most important. Getting it to level 400 is the most important thing because then you maximize its freezing ability. And that doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Oh, actually, I'm not sure. It might actually not matter. It could be level 1, I think, even in order to just freeze to its maximum ability. But the higher the level it is, the more damage it does. Once you do its evolution to Archimedes, then its freezing special ability actually also does damage as well. So it's a nice addition, but really not necessary for any of the maps to complete them. So even if you don't evolve Archimedes, anytime in the middle game, like it's completely fine. Its main use is to freeze monsters. And then you have Hellhound, which is the best attacking buff monster in the game. It goes in terms of horizontal buffing attacks monsters. You go from Mighty to the Side Cat to Hellhound, and this is just the evolution of Hellhound, which you don't really need, to be honest. Like you're only really using it to buff your other monsters. So you just need to get to level 400 and 3 gold stars in order for that to be the maximum use. To evolve it, it just does more damage. And then to get to the level 500, it means that it itself does more damage. But again, you're not really using Hellhound to do damage anyways. It's not the main purpose of this monster. And that's it. Like the other monsters are pretty useless. You can have some uses for some of the other special ones that come out during like Christmas and stuff, or I'm not sure where this dog comes out, but they have their own specific purposes. But otherwise, these two are the most important to get. Then you have your legendaries, which really you should be having all of them anyways by your middle game. Felina is the most important. Then you have this Archangel that does ice damage, which is good in terms of it freezing as well as doing good damage. So it is useful to have early on, especially if you're missing some of your other monsters. So you can use this, for many of the even challenges if you don't have some of the required mythical monsters just to do more damage, right? And then you can actually clear it a little bit slower, but you still be able to clear it, which is the most important thing. Otherwise, the other ones aren't too important there. And then you have Infernus, which is going to be your main carry early in the game. And you have Mighty, which is important early game to buff your monsters before you get your Cat and Hellhound. And then Speedy is always, always good. A note about Devon here, you want to get it to level 400 so that it does 90% of like with its special attack, it reduces any monster by 90%, which is really, really good. Because, just for example, some of the bosses have quite a lot of HP, so you can use Devin to basically destroy boss monsters very, very easily. So definitely level up Devin here. When you do the evolution of Devin, nothing happens. It just turns into like this lady-like version of it, but it does nothing for its stats whatsoever. So I didn't even evolve it, even though I have enough gems to do so. So yeah, and then we have the rare monsters. Only Stacky is really useful early in the game if you don't have Infernus. So get Stacky if you don't have Infernus. Otherwise, the rest of these monsters are pretty much useless. And then you have your common monsters, Mr. Flamey and Clyde here. They're useful to have to farm JR normal if you don't have your global attacking monsters yet, because these guys have the biggest range that technically isn't global range. So that's the purpose of them. All the other ones are pretty much useless for the entire game. So that's an overview of all the monsters that I would basically go after in terms of mainly late game, but I just told you a little bit of extra information about early game. If you want more details about those, then of course I would go through my live walkthrough to look at early and mid game. And then look at the rest of my videos in order to see, where you use these mythical monsters for your end game. All right. Thanks for watching.